Okay, hey everybody. Just having a few technical sensitive issues with trying to copy and paste a link to which when I copy it, post it to the group for you guys to know what's up and that above. That you guys know that I got chakra fitness going on right now. So today, kind of excited. Things went a little bit different. And we're gonna do yoga, kind of chakra fitness on the coolest yoga mat ever. A trampoline. Now, I'm not too sure how well this is going to work with the computer, but we're going to give it a try anyway. So, today, how much space do I got? And I'm going to be doing sacral chakra. It's your stomach. It's about 2 inches below your belly button. It's your sacral chakra. So this is going to be a lot of bending and moving and twisting at the hips today. There we go. Start. It's a nice little. I was always taught this was called butterfly pose. There's a few different names for it. We're going to start with our feet together and we're just going to stretch our knees out. We're going to push our knees into the floor. It gives a nice hamstring interpelvic stretch there. Here, it's nice to lean forward. And then as you arch your back, right at the small of your back where your sacral chakra is, you'll feel that lower back to start to nicely stretch and open up. You guys can see what it looks like to the side. Now, if you get really relaxed into this, you can actually just put your face just kissing the floor. I find it's pretty good when it relaxes and opens over time. And if you hold the position, you eventually just flop right down on the floor. Next, we're going to keep our hips square as best we can. We're going to lean to the side. While I'm pulling to my left, my right knee and hip are still being pushed into the ground intentionally with force, and that helps stretch the muscle out by pulling it in the opposite direction. So for this one, it's really, really good for lower back stretching too, especially if you've experienced pain in that area. Keep your back and arms flat, and you're going to keep your hips more or less pointed straight while you just drop your legs. If you turn your hips, you'll roll. Keep your hips pushing outward and let the weight of your legs slowly just stretch out your obliques, that nice sacral area just on your lower back. And if you pinch your legs together and kind of pull, you'll pull your hips down towards your heels, and it gives that lower back a nice stretch. Feels very relaxing. And there's an exercise that's really good, especially if you have knots in the back under your hips. You just rock. Your body weight will push on the floor and crush and break up those muscle knots. Now from here, bounce around a bit. I'm going to show you different ways that you can go into a bridge, which is really nice for stretching out your back as well. You can do it with your hands in front of you. You slide them behind you. And as you push your feet into the floor, you can raise your hips up. And the point is to make yourself kind of like a table. This is one way to do a bridge. The other way, this really gets that lower back area, that sacral chakra. Especially you're bending right at your navel. Tuck your heels in as close as you can. And at the same time, you're going to push against the floor with both hands and both feet. And you're going to stretch and go up on your toes. And just relax into it. From here, I like to keep my arms tight, my elbows straight, not locked, but straight. And I just push down and drag my hands into me. Nice lower back stretch. This feels really nice too, because you get a nice squeeze on your quadriceps and your legs. Gives this a nice even stretch from your knees right to your neck. Depending on where you position your shoulders, if you drop yourself down or hoist yourself up, will determine the arch that you get in your back. This goes a little bit back to the root chakra. This gets your hips widened to widen, and is a great means of practicing to do the splits. I find a bit of the trick to this is to not hold one position, but roll around a little bit, shift your weight, try to find that balance point where you actually feel you're pretty stable just based off the structure that you're in, and you don't really use a lot of muscle to keep yourself up at all. Then you just relax into it. You get a nice meditative state of mind from that. Do we have for time? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The trick is, if you're going to sit like this, to sit on your heels. So the structure of your bone takes the weight instead of having your feet off to the side like such, which is a thing, but I feel that you can risk knee damage with that one. It's not one that I practice too much. Try to maintain your balance at your hips. Use your arms for stability. Stretch again. Right at that sacral chakra, the belly button area. Stretches your obliques out. I always found that whenever I had a really bad injury, that being able to stretch the area was one of the best means of healing it as a means of physiotherapy. There's other ways that you can do it too with weights. Here, you can arch your back. Do like this. I believe they call it cat-cow. Your child's pose too. Really, really nice. It's comfortable. It's a really good position if you're having anxiety, or if by chance you are experiencing a really negative psychedelic experience. You can curl up into a little ball like this in child's pose, and it really does help relax you and keep you safe. And it feels really nice for your back too. This one again, I like your knees, one knee about as straight in front of you in line with your hips as possible, and then roll into the other hip. And naturally just let your leg bend. You want to be bending in a way that you don't feel it pulling or tugging on your knee. Let's get a nice stretch, and you get to work the muscles on the other side, the inside, too, by getting them to relax a bit, to compress. To the other side. Feel one of the periods of time where I felt I was getting into a routine that was making me feel at my absolute happiest. And it was consisting of, I would get up every day at about 4:30. I would practice martial arts for about 20 minutes. And Then I would spend about 2 hours listening to very nice, relaxing music or classical jazz and just stretch. Just sit in your own tension, and not specifically to meditate, but as you're moving around and you're shifting positions and you're finding the areas that are tense and stiff and need that relaxation, it puts you into a meditative state of mind. And when you're really just feeling those muscles get loose and relax, and they release the endorphins as well that make it feel really nice, is a plus. And you just get lost in how nice it feels to be able to do that. I found that my own health and mental health increased tenfold when I was doing this kind of stuff every day. I'm a little out of habit now, but at least I'm doing it with you guys. Hold me accountable once a week, and then I get to practice while I'm queuing up for what we do next week, which is going to be our solar plexus. So this is going to be more top rotation. If you think about trying to stretch out your shoulder blades and your pecs, is going to be our main focus for next week to get the sacral chakra, which pretty much is going to be in line with the heart too. So I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed joining me, and I will see you all next week.